Yo, what's goody with y'all? It's me, Jalala, and welcome back to another video. If I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to really bring up today's subject without yapping a lot. So I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Today's subject is about the time I trip, not really trip my ball, like trip off.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Balls, or I don't know what's the expression or the saying, but the first time I genuinely tripped off of shrooms. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a little context before we even get into the nitty gritty and everything. I did shrooms prior to this trip, but it was a light thing, a light microdose. It wasn't anything too crazy. I got slight visuals and the mood boost. That's about it. But this time coming around, I genuinely tripped. I got some of the coolest visuals. Colors were so much brighter. Shit was amazing, and I want to share it with y'all because it's a really, I don't know, I think it's a cool story. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So, you know, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, get snuggled up, get snug as a bug in a rug, and you know what, ladies and gentlemen, strap in. Let's get into the nitty and gritty of this video.
Let that stress go. Let all that stress go. Oh my God. Let all that stress from work go. Them employees that's getting on your nerves. Them budgets.
So before we really start yapping about today's subject and today's story, I'm gonna tell you something about my good friend Zifyrr. So prior to our duo trip, he already had a singular trip by himself. So we both agreed that we wanted a trip together, but like, it's okay. I know he wants to have a solo adventure and whatever. It's okay, you know. It's not like I really want to do it with him or anything like that. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I sound like a bitch. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I know he's gonna drop a video about it. I don't know how soon it will be, or I don't know if it will be his, you know, I don't know when he'll drop it. But if you do want to hear about his shroom experience, I suggest y'all go check out his YouTube channel. Stay tapped in with him, you know, subscribe and go watch our first video together. It's a real doozy. We don't. I want to tell y'all something. We don't fuck with the thumbnail. I try to make it for us, but like, he's a dumbass and decided to, you know, do the unforbidden thing. But you know, you should go check it out. His future stuff will be all by himself. You know, no AI. I'm just gonna tell y'all that. But anyways, back to today's story. So me and my homeboy Zifyrr and my good friend, somebody y'all might know, somebody who you might not know if you're new to the channel, whatever. Asian lover. Yeah, that's my twin, y'all. Give it a round of applause for him. Woo! Woo! Why the fuck you not clapping? Why the fuck you not clapping? Like, you haven't clapped in any of my videos. Fuck your problem, huh? Is my homeboy Asian lover not good enough for you? Dummy. Don't make me come over there. Yeah, don't make me jump out this TV screen. I know you watching this shit on your bed. You fat lazy chug. Get back to... Fix your sleep schedule. I know school creeping around the corner for you. If not, I know you back in school. Dummy. But, yeah. So, yeah. We initially planned on hanging around like 4 to 5. That's when we all agreed to pull up. That's when Asian lover was able to pull up. Or, you know, my good friend... I have to plug in this shit too. Viral RJ. Go check out his Switch. You know, he streams. He's a funny dude. But, yeah. So, yeah. So... what was I at? Me and Zifyrr met up a little earlier than expected. We met up at around 1 because my other friend, F1 lover, comes to the gym very early and picked him up and dropped him off at my place. Really early. So, yeah. We met up at my apartment, office, you know, gym. We dapped up, we said hi, we did everything. And at the time, I had the shrooms on me because I picked it up the day before. Or was it the day before or was it 2 days before? I think it was like a day before or 2 days before. I know, I'm so goated. Yeah, he didn't even say thank you. I know, I know, it's okay. I get it. I get it. I need to shut up. But yeah. So I already picked up them shrooms, but one thing that we were missing was a scale. Ladies and gentlemen, I myself am not trying to ego death and become a new person. I actually quite enjoy being who I am. You know, ego death ain't for me, you know. That shit ain't just for me, you know. Y'all can do that if y'all want. I might do that once I hit 80 or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, let's see if I even hit 80, bro. My organs most definitely gonna give up by the time I hit like 45 or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah. So we met up a little early, and the dilemma of not having a scale kind of scared us of, a possibility of taking a little more than expected, and tripping straight balls and having some terrifying, visions. So we decided to go to the nearby Target in my area in this shopping center, go in there, and acquire a scale, one can say, because safety first, children. Even when doing substance, you should always be safe with how much you do, because you never know if it'll bite you right up your ass crack. Not your ass, like I mean like straight digging in your shit. Like But yeah, back to today's story. So, we acquire our scale and we go back to my apartment office, and we decided to go measure this shit, because see, my homeboy Zifyrr told me his story with his experience, and he told me that it took the shrooms to really settle in for like an hour to 2 hours, really. So we decided to pop it around like 3, because our Asian lover, our trip sitter at that time, said he was gonna pull up around like 4 to 5. So best case scenario was it was gonna hit around the time he pulls up, so we can trip out, have our trip sitter there, and have some fun. So, we decided to pop it in the bathrooms. Fuck, y'all probably heard that. But we decided to pop it in the bathrooms, and, we decided to wait. I already ate way beforehand. He didn't eat anything. So, we were expecting, him to get the visuals, faster than me. And I thought I was going to take a long time for the visuals to settle in. So, ladies and gentlemen, me and my homeboys, I fear we're a little parched. We decided to head over to Whataburger to get some drinks. And that's what we did. We decided to walk all the way to Whataburger, which is nearby, not too far, like a good 15-minute walk. And we get there, and we decided to get some drinks. We got some drinks, and we decided to go sit down at a table. This is when I start to get some of the slightest visuals ever. Ladies and gentlemen, this is when the shrooms decided to knock on my door and said, "Yeah, twin, we here." Woo! Yeah! Yes! I'm excited! I'm pumped! Yeah! I'm doing too much. But yeah, shit hits, it hits, and I already feel the body high just coming inside of me. Just coming inside me. I know y'all heard me the first time, my fault. But yeah, it starts to settle in. We're sitting down, and I tell him, like, I already feel something right now. It's a quite romantic scene, if I'm being honest. I told him, hey, I'm feeling something right now, and we're sitting at a table across from each other, but we just twins like that. That's my slime, that's my slat. But yeah, I look down on the table, and I noticed that, the graphite, like, fast food area tables have that little pattern shit going on. I noticed that shit kind of wiggling around, looking like the ocean. Shit got motion. Bars. Yeah. So I see that shit, I'm like, holy fuck. I'm already getting some shit, and I'm geeking out about it. I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah! And we're like excited. I'm excited. I'm pumped as hell. And yeah, we decided to go to Five Below, because we wanted something to munch on for the meantime. So we decided to head over to Five Below, but we didn't get nothing to munch on. We just got some Dr. Pepper. And as we're waiting in line to pay for our stuff, I'm already getting even more of a body high. My body feels so much lighter. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought I was gonna drop my Dr. Pepper. I genuinely thought my shit was gonna go. And I thought I was gonna get, like, my body was so, like, loose at the moment. There's just no other way to describe it. So yeah, we get our drinks, and we're starting to walk back to my place, which isn't that far of a walk, and we kind of have to cut across this, like, little parking lot, right? And as we're crossing this parking lot near this movie theater, I get some of the coolest, like, the colors were so much brighter. That's where we were at that moment. We weren't even near the peak. Just colors were so much colorful that there's no other way to describe it. Colors were coloring. and I look up to the sky and I see the clouds. For some reason, the Lord above decided to bless us with some beautiful clouds that afternoon. I'm not complaining. Thank you. Clouds looked awesome. There was like hues of like blue, pink, yellow within those clouds. See, I don't know if those colors were already there or if it was the shrooms making them appear. It looked beautiful though, and it was near golden hour. Chef kiss when I tell you that whole area was just wonderful, bro. I genuinely just, I had to tell my homeboy. I had to look at Zifyrr and tell, like, put him on for real. We both looked up at the clouds and said, yo, that shit's so cool. And we're like geeking out about it as we're walking back to my area. And we're talking back and forth, you know, what we're experiencing and what we're gonna do after, you know, our good homeboy Asian lover pulls up. And we both agree that we're gonna go to this nearby claw machine place and, you know, try to win some Pokemon cards. Because you never know if you might get a hit or something, you know, it's worth a try, you know. So that's what we did, you know. Well, not really, but as we got back to my apartment office, we go inside and go chill out in this computer room area because the workers don't go in there. There's nobody in there today, so why not just chill in there? So that's what we did. We just chill in there, and that's when the peak really hit. That's when the visuals started going crazy. The walls were like, you know, what's the best? Walls had color to them. It was just white walls, but they had they had color to it. The carpet was like morphing in together. The carpet had patterns and shit. It made it stand out so much more. I was having a blast, and I know my homeboy was having a blast too, cause he kept yapping to me. He was like, "Yo, bro, you see this shit? Yo, bro, look at this." I'm like, "Yes, bro, this shit's peak," and we're like, I'm having fun. And after a while, we decided to go a little silent and just look at the environment. And as I am looking around, you know, the room and whatever, I look at my homeboy to see how he's doing. And something I noticed was he looked really, really glossy red. And for some reason, he had like, I don't know if I'm remembering this properly, but you know how Yuji, like from Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji Itadori has like Sukuna's like fourth eye, like his eyes and shit, like the slits below his eye. If I remember correctly, Zifyrr had the same shit and JoJo like expression lines, if that makes sense. Like, I think I might just put like a little edit of what I'm talking up there, but that's what I saw in his face, and it looked awesome in my opinion. W glaze, I know I'm glazing the fuck out of him, but bro, shit looks so awesome to me. I was like, bro, I wish I can draw this right now. I wish I had a pencil just to scribble everything I see, and sadly I did not. So it's whatever. But yeah, see, after a while the effects start to slow down and we're coming down from our high, and ladies and gentlemen, that was only like an hour-long trip. Maybe I'm, you know, tweaking out right now. Maybe I'm tweaking off a Yerky set, and I don't remember the time properly, but I swear to you, the trip only lasted for an hour. And it was an amazing trip. By the time the trip, you know, our symptoms were like slowing down and shit, my good homeboy's Asian lover pulled up. He pulled up, we were all hanging out, his sister was there too. We decided to get some food. That's what everybody does, right? Right? So we head over to this nice little restaurant where Zifyr's sister works at, which is really nearby, and get some, you know, get some food, 10% off shit. Off for appetizers and whatever. Awesome deal, awesome food. We got some lemonade. It was just a peak day. And after that, you know, we decided to go back to my crib, play some Tekken, and then go play basketball. Shit was amazing. If I'm being honest with you, that might have been one of the top 10 days for me up until later that night, but you know, that's personal. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope you know, decide to stay tapped in with your boy. You know, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that good jazz. So I hope to see you guys next time. I hope, stay safe, you know, call your plug, see what he got. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.